Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, I know it's been a little bit since I have provided a market update. It's been busy on my end, but that is what we're jumping into today. So we're going to go back to January, see what the numbers look like, and then we're going to jump forward to February with a 7-day recap of everything that's been happening in the market. Now, of course, this is for Central Texas. If you or someone that you know is looking to really relocate to the area, buy a home, sell a home, all my information will either be in this video or either in the description box below. So please feel free to reach out to me. Also follow me on social media for continuous content. And if you're moving to the Killeen area or if you already live here, then I've also started a Moving to Killeen Facebook group where I'm really just trying to promote different things in the area, keep people informed, and really just have a positive and informative atmosphere for our Killeen people. So I'm super excited. I'm going to set this up a little bit differently. So please let me know if you like this format. I want it to be a little bit more engaging and interactive. So like, comment, subscribe, share it with friends and family, and let's get started. All right, guys, like I said, I wanted to set this up a little bit differently. So we are taking a look at the numbers pretty much together. So I also wanted to show you differences between Killeen, Harker Heights, Coppers Cove, because if you're moving to the area, we do have Fort Hood, but we have several smaller cities that kind of surround it, and we're all kind of gathered together, but our numbers are different. And so that's really important to kind of take note of. Now, having active buyers in the market, this is not by any means an indicator of, oh, I can kind of take my time, make decisions, look around, because it is still very much a seller's market. And we'll see that as we kind of continue to go through some of the information. But I wanted to reiterate that because at the bottom, you can see days on market. So I'll just kind of circle it. Days on market is 26. And we can see just kind of the trend over the last few years, like how much it's really changed. And so as you can see, we're sitting at kind of our lowest days on market right now. Which means that homes are going quicker. Now, what I wanted to reiterate is because this could kind of seem like, oh, I have time to make decisions, think about it, go tour it 2 or 3 times, like you would in a slower market. And that is really not the case. Having active buyers in the market, I can attest to, we are definitely seeing multiple offer situations still occurring, over list price still occurring. So it is still very much competitive and a little bit aggressive out here. So if you're looking to buy or sell, please feel free to reach out to me, but be ready. And having a truthful agent, if you don't get a home, you don't get a home, but you just want to have correct information, have honesty. It is not by any means a deterrent. Still go out, look, it's still a good time to buy. But just know that it is very much competitive out here. So let's look at the average price. So we're looking at $201,000, a little over that. Closed sales 251, active listings 103. Now you can see we are down active listings compared to last year. Months of inventory 0.4. So we have less than a month of inventory, and that just kind of reiterates the seller's market, the competitiveness and things like that. Average price per square foot, say that 3 times fast, $120 average average square footage for the homes, a little over 1,600 square feet. So as you can see, things are still heating up here. And I want to reiterate something too, because Killeen is one of the bigger cities in our little area. So average list price 201, it looks like, oh, Killeen is really cheap. Trust me, there are still plenty of homes that, are 200, 300, 400, or even saying 500. So Killeen is very much rapidly expanding. Our prices are increasing, of course, more than ever. So we are on trend, just like any other city. It's just our price point is just still considered lower. But we just have more inventory to kind of calculate into this compared to some of the other cities that we're going to look at. So let's take a look at Harker Heights. Now, if you've lived in Killeen or in the area, Harker Heights is kind of like our bougie our bougie cousin, basically. They're really just the town right next door, but they are considered a little bit more upscale. So, their price point is actually very much reflective of that. Now, like I said, Killeen has a lot more inventory to kind of calculate in. So that's, the expensive homes and, downtown homes, which, could still be selling under $100,000. Now that's renovation and things like that. Harker Heights in general is going to be skewed a little bit higher. As you can see, that median price range is sitting at 310. Closed sales 34, active listings 27. So that is very, very, very low. And it's still saying months inventory is slightly higher, but once again, we're still very much multiple offer situations. Things are pretty much off the market in a day or two like that, or if it's just sellers reviewing, so it can still be showing active, but it's pretty much going to be under contract relatively quickly. Now on the bottom here, it says days on market 21, which is a little bit lower than Killeen. But like I said, now one thing we are going to kind of look at, Killeen's, if I can scroll down here, can I scroll? Anyway, this 101.4%, that's kind of showing the difference between the list price and what's actually closing at. Now, Killeen was at a little over 100%. Harker Heights is 101, so it's slightly higher. But like I said, if it's a nice home, it's getting multiple offers. And, you know, I'm seeing this firsthand. So, you know, there's no sugarcoating it. Now you can see this median price range is 132 per square foot. So Killeen, Harker Heights in general, it's just going to be skewed a little bit higher. Now let's take a look at Copper's Cove. So Copper's Cove kind of sits in the middle. You know, Killeen was in the low 200s. Harker Heights is in the low 300s. Copper's Cove is sitting at 230, 0.3 months of inventory. So it's the lower of the three cities. Active listings 22, that's down 43% compared to last year. So as you can see, we are still very much in need of inventory. Now this is January, so it's coming off of the December, you know, like those cooler months. So as springtime does start to roll around, typically trend wise, we'll start to see a little bit more homes hit the market, but it does not mean it's going to compensate by the buyer's demand. Because I kind of had to put it in this perspective, you know, people are like, oh, well, there's still homes selling. Absolutely that there are, but, you know, you have to think about it. When one home is on the market, it could have, you know, 5, 6, maybe 10 buyers kind of interested. Only one buyer is going to get it. So where are those other X amount of buyers going to? Other homes competing with your clients or competing with other buyers. So until everyone has a home or pretty close, we're going to kind of continue to see this trend of a seller's market. But just kind of show you like the difference between each city. And we also have Belton too. A lot of people are starting to kind of stretch out to Belton, stretch out to Kipner, looking for more land, looking for, you know, slightly less expensive. Kind of just, it really depends on where you're at in your life, what you're looking for, and things like that. So what we're going to switch over to now is the mortgage rates. So let me make sure this is properly recording. I believe so. So, of course, we are knowing that we all know that we have been at historical low as far as interest rates, and we still really are, but they are going up. As you can see, let me scroll up a little bit so you can see. So this is from Freddie Mac, and this is information that you can, of course, just view yourself as well at any time. I'll put the link down in the description box. But as you can see, for the 30-year, we are looking at 3.9, and this is going to be the typical loan for most people, 15-year, 3.15. But most people are going to be circulating around that 30-year. So we are kind of getting close to that 4%, which is still historically low compared to previous years. But just kind of showing that, you know, that uptick is starting to trend. And so you can kind of, you know, see that, think about that if you're looking to buy or if you're looking to sell, because that also impacts sellers as well. As interest rates continue to increase, then of course, buyers' purchasing power decreases. Now, is it going to decrease by like massive loads? No, but, you know, 1,000 here, 1,000 there, you know, that does kind of start to add up. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you're looking to sell, you want to go ahead and get it on the market while, you know, you have multiple buyers kind of going on. And kind of depending on what your needs, you know, just speak to your agent, know if you need to sell before you can purchase, or if you have a little bit of wiggle room, or, you know, kind of what is kind of going on with your situation. But just kind of keep in mind, you know, interest rates are starting to tick up a little bit. So we're going to switch over and start looking at February. All right, so we are back and we are taking a look at the MLS. And so this is just a 7-day kind of quick recap of what's happening in the market currently as we speak. We've taken a look at January. We looked at Harker Heights, Copper's Cove, and Killeen. Now we're doing the same thing, but we're just looking at February. So I've kind of readjusted everything to still include those 3 cities, since those are the major ones if you're kind of relocating to the Fort Hood area. Now, as you can see, for the last 7 days, we have 57 new listings. I guarantee most of those probably have multiple offers. But, you know, 95 have sold. So 95 have closed out. Now, they could have been, you know, under contract for some amount of time, but 95 have closed out. But that just kind of shows you, though, we only have 57 new listings and how many buyers are actually out there. Probably a good bit, which is reinforces the seller's market and the kind of the competitiveness that we're seeing. So let's kind of take a quick look at the new listings and what that data kind of looks like. And I'm just going to do, hopefully this all records really well. If so, that'd be really awesome. So these are the new listings, and you can kind of see we're averaging at, this is all three cities, remember, $255,000, a little bit over that. So that's $136 kind of per square foot. Now, as you can see, that's the minimum amount included is 99. That's probably located in Killeen, honestly, because we do have downtown Killeen, which has some older homes that are kind of really good for like rehab and reinvestment and things like that. And then the max 549. And that could really be probably some of the new construction. If you don't know, we still do have a lot of new construction kind of coming up, but sometimes it kind of depends on what price range you're in. You know, that under 300 is pretty competitive. As you kind of move up above that, it loosens just a little bit. And of course, as you break that $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 range, then it's slightly, you know, that's not everyone's price bracket. So it gets a little bit easier up there. Kind of just depends on what you're looking at. But just kind of breaks that down as far as like numbers, what we're looking at. So let's go back and look at sold. Y'all bear with me. This is a little new. So let's go through and look at the sold information. So the average sold, once again, all three cities, 232,000. Minimum 99, median, we'll continue just kind of use the average, $232,122 per square foot. Let's look at quick statistics. So sell price versus list price, we're averaging 99. So that's actually pretty good. That means, you know, there's a slight chance where, you know, if you put in an offer, you don't necessarily have to go above, but it really just depends on per home, per case. So if you see a property that you like, it's really important to go ahead, have your agent reach out to that listing agent, see what the offers are looking like, see what that seller, you know, what their demands, not demands, but what are they kind of looking for an offer? Is it just money? Do they need a lease back? You know, is it quickness? You know, what kind of thing is it? That way you can convey that to your buyer and you guys can kind of be strategic in your offer that you place. Now, sometimes it's just the bottom dollar. And, you know, if that's what it is, then you just put that offer in the best that you can. And if you get it, awesome. If you don't, then, you know, that search kind of continues. And that's why it's also really important to, when you have that notion of buying, especially right now, you want to go ahead and reach out to an agent, see what your market is looking like, kind of get an average of everything, just so you can be properly prepared. So like I said, I wanted to just kind of give a quick recap of what's happening in our market. We've taken a look at January. Now we're looking at, yeah, okay, we're still, had to make sure we're still recording there. We've kind of taken a quick look at February. So as you can see, we're still very much in that uptick trend. We do have new construction. We actually have a new development coming up with D.R. Horton. So we do have, you know, continuous homes being built. Now I will say, if you are looking to build, a lot of the builders right now are very much kind of restrictive as far as options and things like that. So that's really going to be per case. If you're looking for something more on the custom side, then you definitely just want to go ahead and go to a custom builder. I will say, like an example, fireplaces. I have a client that really wanted a fireplace, but a lot of the like traditional builders, just due to supply and costs and things like that, they really are budgeting a lot harder. So I don't want people to think like, oh, it's just hitting like the consumer, but I mean, builders are really kind of crunching down too. So this market is really affecting everybody. The supply is really affecting everybody. So just keep that in mind when you're looking to sell or buy, whatever your case is, that there are different variables out there that you have to consider. Now, if you found this interesting, please, you know, comment down below, share it with somebody, follow me on social media, contact me if you're looking to buy or sell, and I will see you guys next time.